guys, TechTitan here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video, as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching previous videos, for watching this video, and also if you enjoy my content, leave a thumbs up on this one, check out other videos, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. And today we're going to be doing a comparison that has been requested by a few people, so I decided, hey, why not? I think this is a worthwhile comparison. We're going to be comparing the Samsung Galaxy A11 against the LG K51. And these sit in a weird spot. These are like the middle child of the LG phones. So LG has their Aristo 5, their LG K51, and their LG Stylo 6. So the K51 is the middle out of the low and the high-end budget smartphones that they provide. Now, if we go to the Samsung side, Samsung has the Galaxy A01, the Galaxy A11, and the Galaxy A21. So again, the A11 sits right in the middle. And we're going to start with the design of the Samsung Galaxy A11. And if you look at the back, this is a shiny, glossy material, so fingerprints are gonna catch on it like crazy. Highly recommend the case on both of these phones. And yeah, I mean, it feels good in the hand, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's still at the end of the day plastic. So now let's discuss quickly the triple camera setup on the Galaxy A11. So this is how the triple camera setup is. So you have a 13 megapixel with a f1.8. It's a 27mm lens, standard wide. And you have a 5 megapixel at f2.2 with 115 degrees of ultra wide. And you have a 2 megapixel at an aperture of f2.4 that acts as a depth sensor. You can also shoot video up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. And yeah, so also one thing I want to talk about the camera design, the camera module specifically, is that they have it in this kind of round kind of design, similar to the iPhone 7 Plus from years ago, right? So this phone can sit on flat surfaces, but it will rock a little bit back and forth. And the bottom of the phone, you have your USB Type-C, you have your speaker, you have your microphone, and the front houses your display. So this display is a 6.4-inch display. It's a 720p, so it's not the sharpest thing in the world. And to be honest, I really feel like Samsung dropped the quality on it as well. So it's not the highest quality display that Samsung creates, obviously, but I'm saying it's not up to Samsung standards either. And I'll get to that in a second. You also have on the front your front-facing camera, which follows the hole punch design. And the front-facing camera is an 8 megapixel at f2.0 that can also shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second. You also have a headphone jack and whatnot. Okay, so back to this. So now let's get to the LG K51. So the LG K51 also shares a similar back. So it is a glossy material. And again, you do need a case. That's just inevitable. And it's a clean design on the back, right? Other than the fact that it's going to catch fingerprints, it's a clean design. You also have a triple camera setup. And the LG K51 has the following specs as far as its triple camera setup. So your main camera is a 13 megapixel standard wide lens, a 5 megapixel ultra wide, a 2 megapixel depth sensor. So you can say that they're kind of similar as far as the camera specifications. However, they do take a different approach as far as placing the camera module. So they place it dead center. So this is smart because it helps the phone sit better on flat surfaces. So the camera does protrude a tiny bit. And on the bottom you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, your USB Type-C, as well as your bottom facing speaker. Now as far as this display goes, this is a 6.5-inch display, so slightly larger than the 6.4-inch display on the Galaxy A11, and it is only 720p, so same resolution, slightly bigger. And the display to me is better on the K51 than it is on the A11. Now let's put these phones side by side. One cool feature that I like about the K51 is this double tap to wake and double tap to sleep, which is not really found on the Galaxy A11. Funny enough, it is found on the Galaxy A21. So you can double tap to wake, you cannot double tap to sleep on the Galaxy A21. But I did a comparison with it and the Stylo 6. I'll leave it linked in the description. Anyway, so let's turn both of these phones on. So let's cover the specs real quick. So these both share a similar specs So both have 3 gigabytes of RAM. The A11 is powered by a processor from Qualcomm Snapdragon, which is the 450, while the K51 decides to go with the MediaTek Helio P22, I believe. And again, 3 gigabytes of RAM, both have 32 gigabytes of storage, and a decently sized battery. So opening up the daily tasks like the phone app, the messaging app, the Galaxy A11 is just slightly faster, slightly faster. And I think that has to do with more the animation speed than anything. So specs, as far as like just pure specs and daily tasks, the Galaxy A11 is just slightly faster. But yeah, now let's cover up the camera real quick. And I did an individual testing of the specifications on each of these phones, so you can find them in previous videos. So now let's talk about this camera. So the K51 has this simplistic point and shoot design where you can just pull it out, turn on the camera, point and shoot, and it instantly takes pictures. It's really, really fast at taking pictures. So the Galaxy A11 is a similar story. So point and shoot, simplistic. However, it does take slightly more time to snap a picture than the Galaxy A51. And if we want to make a quick sample picture comparison, to me, I like the K51s because it just pops a little bit more as far as color and detail. So you can look at this picture, it's kind of similar, but you'll notice it in this next picture where color is introduced. So the Galaxy K51 does a better job of balancing color, making color pop, whereas the Galaxy A11 is just a little bit dull. And looking at the next picture, similar story. The A11's standard lens is a little bit wider than the K51's. That's up to you if you like that or not. And again, so specifically this picture, you can really tell that colors just pop a little bit more. The blue looks bluer on the LG K51 than it does on the Galaxy A11. So yeah, with that being said, the user experience is where these phones really would tell you which is which and which is the better purchase. So the K51, again, double tap to wake, instantly boom, you're in the phone, and the user experience is nice. There is it is slightly slower than the Galaxy A11, but it's not that big of a deal, really. And the daily task, making phone calls, sending messages, checking your social media, is just, it's fine. It's not crazy, but it's fine. And again, taking pictures is really quick, so point and shoot. So switching to the Galaxy A11. So you can pull it out, boom. So the double tap to wake, double tap to unlock does not really speed up or slow down the process of you accessing your phone, as you can see clearly on the Galaxy A11. So slightly better experience as far as speed. The animation is sped up just enough for you to finish up your tasks just slightly quicker. Okay, and similar story with the camera, take it out, point and shoot. However, the Galaxy A11 has a major flaw. But that flaw does not have to do with its specifications, its processor, or anything like that. It has to do with its performance when it comes to service. So I have a lot of people actually complaining about the Galaxy A11 not having a good quality internet connections, even if you compare it from the A11 to the K51, put them on the same providers, the A11 would have issues with service. Sometimes the SIM card would say no service. Sometimes it would say it is service. Sometimes it would just cut off the internet altogether. Sometimes it will bring back the internet. So this makes this phone just a little bit questionable. And I've experienced that personally too. And with that being said, that's why I kind of lean a little bit towards the K51. Because if you're buying this phone, you're buying it because it's a phone that needs to be used as a phone as well, right? So unless I hear something else from the Galaxy A11, let's just suppose that the Galaxy A11 did not have these problems, then it would become much harder for you to pick which phone to get, right? Because they're similar spec. The Galaxy A11 is slightly faster, but the camera is slightly better on the K51. So that's up to you to decide which is which. Me personally, I would pick the LG K51 over the Galaxy A11 on the fact that while it is slightly slower, the camera is better, the display is better, and yeah, that's my opinion. That's what I think I would use as a daily driver if I had the choice between these two phones. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video really soon. Thanks for watching.